Greetings. My name is Dr. Kevin Keough, and the topic for today is suicide by cop. I spent nearly a decade working with about 15 different departments, law enforcement departments in the state of Delaware, performing pre-employment psychological evaluations, special unit assignments, consultations with police officers in my office, and a range of other activities, including participation in about 75 active ride-alongs, meaning I was out of the car moving with the police. This particular YouTube video clip was prompted by criticism of a police officer who was involved in a suicide by cop incident. Apparently people had a hard time with the fact that the police officer was put in a position where he had to shoot a deer that was posing a risk to motorists along the highway. So, a little bit about suicide by cop. Suicide by cop is one of the most frustrating and disturbing experiences a police officer can face. Unfortunately, this phenomenon is on the rise, occurring between 400 and 500 times a year in the United States. Experts continue to search for the most appropriate term to describe this type of incident. The contenders include police-assisted suicide, suicide by cop, victim-precipitated homicide, and victim-precipitated suicide, or in my taxonomy, perpetrator victimizes police officers suicide type. That's right. Perpetrator victimizes police officer suicide type. By any name, this type of incident is traumatic. It's more traumatic when multiple departments are involved and political issues, including cover your ass, become more important than responding to the victimized police officers. Bottom line is that the victim of these incidents is the police officer or the police officers involved. Unfortunately, the media found it virtually impossible to identify police officers as victims. It's important to know that 85% of police officers experience short-term but serious emotional fallout from these incidents. 1/3 of all officers will experience moderate symptoms over several months, while about 5% of police officers will experience protracted or long-term serious symptoms. Curiously, our country seems to have adopted a national pastime to second-guess all actions taken by police officers, leading to some pretty crazy things. For example, not long ago there was a by-the-book suicide by cop resulting in the use of force, lethal use of force by police officers. The local newspaper called a psychologist on the West Coast to see what would happen and to see what these experts they were calling thought the police officers should have done differently. According to a psychologist 3,000 miles away with no apparent experience in police psychology, said they should have talked to him in a soothing tone and made him feel safe. Well, gee. Then psychologists wonder why police officers are wary of mental health types. It's essential that an officer receives immediate and ongoing peer support. A critical incident debriefing should be a standard operating procedure, which does not mean a mental health professional is necessarily best suited to conduct such a briefing. Police officers need immediate and ongoing support and people to listen. The most common emotion is anger toward the dead perpetrator. It's invaluable for police officers to read about and discuss the experiences of other officers involved in similar situations. Another thing that would be useful for police officers involved in such incidents is for people in the country to stop involvement in the national pastime of second-guessing the actions of police officers, unless and until ordinary citizens receive training or get their asses in patrol cars to ride with police to get an idea of what it is they experience on a day-to-day basis. In my view, you have absolutely no right to second guess, offer a comment, or think that you're doing anything other than offering an uninformed opinion. And as we know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Police officers deserve our support, particularly in a situation in which they have to shoot someone who is bent on killing themselves. So, that's all for now. Be safe out there, and good luck.